Good morning. Today we are going to study biomass energy and hydrogen energy from the subject Power Electronics for Renewable Energy Systems. This topic focuses on how energy can be obtained from biomass and hydrogen using different conversion technologies. These are renewable and clean energy sources. For example, in a rice mill, after removing rice, the waste rice is used to generate electricity. That means biomass energy in practice. Similarly, in hydrogen cars, hydrogen is used in a fuel cell to produce electricity, and the only byproduct is water. So there is no pollution. Let us understand this diagram. At the top, we have biomass. Biomass means organic materials like wood, crop waste, agriculture residues, and animal waste. From biomass, energy and fuels can be produced using two main routes shown in the diagram: thermochemical route, biochemical route. Thermochemical route, left side of the diagram. In the thermochemical route, biomass is converted using heat and chemical reactions. First method is combustion. Here, biomass is directly uh, burned in the presence of oxygen. In the presence of oxygen, the output from combustion is heat, which can be used for cooking, heating, or to produce steam and electricity. Next is gasification. In gasification, biomass is heated with limited oxygen. It produces a gas called syngas, which mainly contains hydrogen and carbon monoxide. This syngas is not used directly. It first goes through syngas cleaning and conditioning to remove the dust, tar, and impurities. After cleaning the syngas, enters fission starch synthesis. In this process, syngas is converted into synthetic transport fuels like synthetic diesel and petrol. So gasification finally gives synthetic transport fuels. Next is uh, pyrolysis or liquefaction. In this process, biomass is heated without oxygen. Because oxygen is not present, the biomass does not burn. Instead, it thermally decomposes. This produces mainly a liquid fuel called bio-oil along with some gas and a solid charge. The bio-oil obtained is not directly suitable for engines, so it is further processed and refined. After this upgrading, it is converted into transport fuels like diesel or petrol substitutes. So under the thermochemical route of biomass conversion, we have three main processes. First one, compasses. Combustion. Biomass is burned in air to produce heat for power generation or heating. Gasification. Gasification is biomass is partially burned to form syngas. It contains CO and H2. This syngas can be converted into synthetic liquid fuels. Third one is pyrolysis. The biomass is heated without oxygen to form bio-oil, which is upgraded and used as transport fuel. Thus, thermochemical methods convert biomass into heat, gaseous fuels, and liquid fuels depending on the process used. Biochemical. Now let us see the biochemical route. Here Biomass is converted using biological and chemical processes instead of high temperature. First is extraction. This is mainly used for oil-based biomass like seeds and ankel. Oil is extracted from biomass and then it goes to transterification. Next is hydrolysis. In hydrolysis, complex biomass like starch and cellulose is broken into simple sugars. These sugars are then sent to fermentation. During fermentation, microorganisms convert sugars into alcohol. So this diagram shows how biomass can be converted into useful energy and fuels using two routes. Thermochemical route producing heat and synthetic fuels, and the biochemical route producing biodiesel and bioethanol. And the biomass cannot be used directly always, so we convert it using different methods such as densification, combustion, thermochemical and biochemical methods. For example, cow dung is converted into biogas using biochemical method. Rice husk is converted into producer gas using thermomechanical gasification. So different types of biomass need different conversion technologies. Densification means compressing loose biomass into solid form like briquettes and pellets. For example, sawdust is very light and difficult to store. So it is compressed into briquettes. These briquettes burn uniformly and are easy to transport. In village, cow dung and sawdust are crushed into round cakes and dried in sun. That is the simple form of densification. Combustion means direct burning of biomass in air. For example, when we burn firewood in a chulha or cooking, that is combustion. But lot of heat is wasted and smoke is produced. Incineration means complete burning of solid waste at a high temperature. For example, uh, municipal waste from cities is burned in waste to energy plants. This reduces waste volume and produces heat, steam and electricity. In thermochemical conversion, heat and chemical reactions are used. In pyrolysis, biomass is heated without oxygen. For example, coconut shell is heated in closed chamber to make charcoal. In gasification, biomass is heated with limited oxygen. For example, rice gasifier produces gas which is used to run a generator in rural areas. In biochemical conversion, microorganisms are used in anaerobic digested. How dung is converted into biogas. For example, in cobar gas plant, cow dung mixed with water produces biogas, which is used for cooking. In fermentation, sugar is converted into ethanol. For example, sugarcane juice is converted into ethanol and blended with the petrol as E10 or E20 fuel. Hydrogen is a very clean and hydrogen is very clean fuel because it produces only water when burned. For example, in hydrogen fuel cell bus, hydrogen reacts with oxygen and produces electricity and water vapor. There is no smoke or CO2. Hydrogen is very light and has high energy per kilogram, but it must be stored carefully because it is highly inflammable. The main features of hydrogen is it can be stored and transported easily and can be converted into heat or electricity. For example, hydrogen is stored in cylinders in industries and transported through pipelines. It is used in fuel cells to generate electricity without pollution. So, hydrogen is suitable for future energy systems. Hydrogen energy systems includes production, storage, transportation and conversion. For example, solar energy is used to run an electrolyzer to produce hydrogen. Hydrogen is stored in a tank and then supplied to fuel cell which produces electricity for home or vehicle. Now let us understand this diagram. This diagram classifies hydrogen based on the method of production. Different colors are used only for easy identification, not because hydrogen itself has color. First one, gray hydrogen. This gray hydrogen produced from natural gas using steam methane reforming. CO2, that is carbon dioxide, is released, so it is highly polluting. The next one, blue hydrogen. It is produced from natural gas with carbon capture and storage. Carbon dioxide emissions are reduced, but fossil fuel is still used. The next one is green hydrogen. It is produced by electrolysis using renewable energy, that is solar or wind. It is clean and carbon free. Next, we will move on yellow hydrogen. It produced by electrolysis using solar power. It is a type of green hydrogen. Next, pink hydrogen. It is produced by electrolysis using nuclear energy. It has very low carbon emissions. Next one, last one, turquoise hydrogen. It produces methane pyrolysis, giving solid carbon instead of carbon dioxide. It is low carbon and emerging technology. So this diagram shows that hydrogen can be classified as grey, blue, green, yellow, pink and turquoise based on the energy source and the production method. And among these, green and pink hydrogen are the cleanest option. This diagram shows the hydrogen value chain in three stages. Upstream, first one is upstream. This upstream hydrogen is produced using renewables by electrolysis, and from fossil fuels by steam reforming with hydrogen, with the carbon capture, it becomes blue hydrogen. The next one is midstream. This midstream, hydrogen is stored and transported as compressed gas, liquid hydrogen, or converted into ammonia, methanol, or for easier transport. Next one is downstream. This downstream, here the hydrogen is used in aerospace, refueling stations, industries, power and heat generation, stationary storage and transportation. That is cars by buses, trains, ships and aircraft. This diagram shows how hydrogen is produced in the upstream stage, stored and transported in the midstream stage, and finally used in different sectors in the downstream stage. Here, in this slide, hydrogen can be made in two main ways. First, from fossil fuels like natural gas, coal, or methanol. Processes like steam reforming break these down to produce hydrogen and carbon monoxide. Then, the water gas shift reaction converts CO to more hydrogen, but it releases CO2, so it not fully clean. Second, from renewable sources like solar, wind, geothermal or nuclear energy. Here electrolysis or thermolysis splits water into hydrogen and oxygen. Biophotolysis also uses sunlight and microbes to produce hydrogen. These methods are clean, sustainable and CO2 free, that is carbon dioxide free. Next one is an electrolysis cell has, in this diagram shows the an electrolysis cell has two electrodes immersed in a KOH solution. When DC voltage of about 2 volt is applied, water splits into hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen at the cathode and oxygen at the anode. The process uses around 3.9 to 4.6 kilowatt per hour per cubic meter of hydrogen, when an efficiency of 60 to 70 percentage, which can increase to 80 percentage using catalysis like platinum or nickel. A diaphragm prevents the electrodes from touching and keeps the gases separate. So today we studied how biomass and hydrogen can be used as energy sources. These reduce pollution and save fossil fuels. Therefore, biomass and hydrogen are important for future energy systems. Thank you.